Wow. Are we on? We're on.
We're on air.
Hey,
JT, we're only seeing that picture, bud.
this is great. Yeah, I can't see what's going on. Whoever's in the show is definitely going to get fired.
This is the most interview I've ever done.
Listen, I can't even see you, Joe. I know you're there.
Yeah.
And I'm here. Oh, here are we? Where the fuck are you, Joe? Whoever's running this fucking thing. There's going to be a lot of people that are getting fired from this, but if you guys can see me, hey, if you're in the chat room and you can see and hear us, or at least hear us, just give me a thumbs up right now.
Yeah.
They're talking to each other. I don't think they're talking to me.
I can only see.
Oh yeah, they can see both of us. This is weird. I can't see you though, Joe, which is really strange.
Yeah, the overlay is on there of the Kansas City show in that venue.
Yeah, I can only see a really bitchy picture that I'm going to assume that Joe took. Anyway, if you're tuning in, we've probably got at least 100,000 or 200,000 people tuning in right now. And this is Satchel. If you just happen to find the page and you know who the fuck we are, I'm Satchel. And oh, that's weird. My name says Satchel is hung. I had my there was a hooker over here, and I had her type the name in. So I guess you just decided to put that. It's so cute. Hookers can be so cute, don't you agree, Joe?
Oh yeah, they're the best.
Depends on which ones they are, of course. The ones I pay for are cute.
Yeah,
usually you got to pay extra for those.
Yeah.
There's 2,400 people that don't have a job, and they're watching right now. So welcome to the chat room. This is part of the sex, JPGs and rock. I'm a little nervous. You know, I've never hosted such a huge, massive photography festival event before, but you know, I've done open mic nights. I used to do an open mic night in Bakersfield, California, back in the 80s. That's the first time I ever had a threesome. I don't know. Those girls are probably pretty fucking beat right now. I don't want to talk about that though. What we're going to talk about today is a really special friend of mine. He's not just an amazing friend of mine. He's an amazing talent. I can't see him. I want to see him.
Yeah, but, JT, can we fix that? We're seeing the picture from Kansas City and we can't see each other. If JT is behind the scenes running things, and apparently he's doing blow right now, which I can't blame him. Okay, I got a note that says
he's done blow this morning.
Well, hey, since this picture's up, let's just talk about this picture.
Okay, well, let's talk about this. You know, we're talking with Joe Lester, you guys. In case you don't know who Joe Lester is, let me just introduce Joe real quick. Joe is he's a fantastic musician.
Thank you.
He's a really one. I love this guy. I've known him for many years, and I'm very old. And he's one of the most talented dudes I know. He's got a great voice. He's also an amazing photographer, and he's a lot of people don't know this, but he actually tour manages Steel Panther when we go on the road. So when we do hit the road again in 2029, he's probably going to be the tour manager if he's still alive at that point. I don't know. He's pretty old too. But Joe Lester, we're talking about your photography today. Oh shit, we'll talk about whatever the fuck we want, Joe. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Let's do an hour.
And yeah, Steel Panda, Mr. Danny Doyle. I know that dude. He is the most underrated bassist. He's a fucking great bass player, an amazing bass player. And I just have to ask this question right out of the gate, Joe, even though I can't see your face.
Okay.
Do you feel? I mean, you are really talented. We're talking about that. Do you feel like the phrase "average Joe" has led a lot of people to underestimating your abilities in general?
Yeah, it's just a staple of when you have that name, it just comes along with it, and you just deal with it. But you're able to fly underneath the radar, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean that's kind of cool, and that's part of the reason why I titled, you know, I'll take credit for it. I titled the Lower the Bar album it was Lower the Bar, because when you do lower the bar, then people have nowhere to go but up. And if people just assume you're average because you're average Joe, and then you come in and you play just pretty good, they're like, that guy's really fucking good. I thought he was really average. So that's a good thing. Anyway, I guess we should move on to some of these fucking awesome pictures you took.
I'm trying to. We're trying to fix this screen issue, and our there's a good one.
Let's talk. I mean, I thought the other one was better, but I guess we could talk about Sticks. I mean, listen, Sticks is a much better looking guy than he gets credit for. A lot of people just assume, it's like we were talking about you. A lot of people assume the drummer's not going to be as good looking, and that happens. A lot of drummers aren't as good looking. That's why they become drummers in the first place. But let's talk about this photo with Sticks in here. Why don't you tell us about that? Can I guess where that is?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's at the House of Blues, Hollywood.
Yes, that is at the House of Blues.
Well, I'm guessing it's 2012.
Well, let's see. It would depend on when that record came out. I remember exactly when Balls Out came out, but I think this was. But you guys used to use a lot of different backdrops too. You would just switch things up a lot, but yeah, dang, yeah, it's got to be House of Blues. The only other time I can
do this interview, you have to at least pretend you know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay?
Well, but that's one thing with this project, man. My archive is especially from those House of Blues days, is just unbelievable. I've shot probably over 150 shows at least, and of all the photos in each one of those shows, it was a monster task to go through this and whittle it down to what I think we got it down to 13 photos that worked for this project.
Listen, nobody wants to hear you brag about how big your archive is, but we just want to know
sometimes you see a photo and you'll go, oh yeah, that was this festival, that was this. But some of the House of Blues ones, there were so many shows, it's hard to remember, exactly what show it was. But I did make a habit of, when you guys would bring girls up on stage, I would jump up behind the girls where people couldn't really see me, and I would get close-up shots of Sticks like that, because I wouldn't be interfering with the show, and there'd be so many, the mayhem of the girls on stage. I was able to get in close on him, it's a little harder to do this without being part of the show, and that's never what you want to be as a photographer.
And it also gave you an excuse to grab some ass while you were up there. I know how it is.
Yeah, and I stole a couple. There we go. I can see you.
There you go.
I stole a couple drumsticks, and they're up for sale on eBay. So,
by the way, do you like my glasses?
Yeah, those are awesome.
I just got them. I borrowed them. I'm here at my mom's house. I borrowed.
Yeah, those are really nice. Those are nice.
So that was a bitchin' picture of Sticks. It's one of the better pictures I've seen of Sticks. Because he can make some really weird faces during.
He does. They're very interesting Sticks faces photos for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of girls say that when he's in bed, he makes really, really strange faces. And which, personally, I've done some threesomes with him, and I lost my boner. It's weird.
I have the photos. Remember?
Oh yeah, we're gonna look at some of those in the backstage area today.
Yeah, the behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes interview. So, real quick before we go on, who's the best guitarist you've ever played with, besides Lance Turner and Nuno Betancourt?
Nuno, definitely Satchel.
Yes, good answer.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that this interview was gonna be over if you didn't answer right, but you did, so you must want to drag this shit out. Look at that fucking bitchin' picture of Satchel right there.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That is a cool one, and that looks like it's I don't know where the hell that is, dude. House of Blues? Vegas?
No, that's not House of Blues. That was somewhere out on the 2018 tour. That might have been I think that's Dallas House of Blues.
Dallas. Oh my God. I've never done a bad show in Dallas. I was ripping there.
That might have been the 2017 Christmas tour. Last minute, I jumped out did the last 4 shows with you guys. And
my hair used to look, maybe I should get rid of this goddamn perm, huh? I'm going to get laid either way.
I try and get all 4 of you guys in one shot. And if JT, if you go back to that shot, there's another one where Michael Starr is over to the side and you can just barely see Sticks. But this one, I chose this one as better because the way his arms are up in the air and the mic stands up in the air. But it's really hard to get all 4 guys in one shot in an action, thing like this, but
true. You can be super quick. I mean, and we're like spider monkeys up there. We just jump around the whole time, and it's not easy for. But let me just ask you this: do you snap a ton of pictures, like, because it's a digital medium now? You just go like, and pick the best ones.
Yeah, that technology is available, and I do, in certain situations I will use it, especially if it's something like you're jumping in the air or Michael Starr's jump in the air. If Lexi's doing like his model kind of poses and looks that he does, I don't do it then. I'll take single shots, but definitely for the action stuff. And I found a lot of times too with musicians that if you don't at least pop 2 or 3 in a row, inevitably one of the shots, the guy's eyes are going to be closed, or maybe you're doing something with your mouth and it just doesn't look right. But like if you would have snapped 2 or 3 in a row, one of those 3 is going to be the one. So.
Oh yeah, and at our age we got like crow's feet and like weird things. And everybody in the band is like, oh God, get rid of that. And of course all these are touched up with Photoshop, and it makes us at least 30, 40 years younger, because that's what we do. I mean, it's not really about how we sound; it's about how we look.
Same as with you guys using how you have your amps and they're all really portable and stuff like that. It's just technology, and I'm up on using that to my advantage when I need it. So most definitely.
Well, exactly. That's why I have a penis pump. I don't ever have to worry about getting a boner, and I have pills, pharmaceuticals, and that we always use. We're not afraid of moving forward into the future. Obviously, you can tell by the way I look. This is the future. You're looking at the future, guys.
Yeah. So,
and we're gonna use technology to the best of our ability. And trust me, when robot sex mates are available, I'm gonna be fucking. You're never gonna see me again. I'm gonna be just.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What happened to Satchel? He's locked up at home.
That's right. Can you get VD from a robot? I'm gonna find out.
Yeah. Let me know.
Well, I will let you know. Spread around a little bit. So let's go to the next picture here and see what else we got. I know we got a lot of pictures. So
I love this one. This was the final day of the House of Blues sunset. We did a big press promo thing outside with you guys, and there's a bunch of really cool photos from this, but that's a good one because you and Michael Starr behind the scenes are always trying to kill each other. So I thought this was appropriate.
Oh, that's a good question from Steel Panda. What girth camera lens works best for stage photography? And is there a specific length? Ooh, look at that. Sure.
Wow. Someone's getting technical. It just depends a lot really on the venue and almost certain situations and maybe what you're looking for. The one of you or the 3 of you are in it, and I was talking about how I wanted to get sticks in the shot as well. That's a fisheye lens, which lets you get a really big wide shot and produces that really cool effect to it. I like to use that a lot, but not try and do it. But there's certain situations where you want to get the whole vibe in, the lights, the stage, the edges, and you guys in the middle with the action. And but at the House of Blues, that type of venue, I used to shoot with a 24 to 70 millimeter lens. That's a wide angle at 24 millimeters and zooms in.
Because I know that that lens is about like that, right?
That lens is about that long, probably about 7 inches.
7 inches is like probably that 7 inches.
yeah. Compares for Satchel's hung. Yes, that's about 7 inches. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, I don't know what length and girth looks like on a camera. I just know what it looks like when it's in my. I was in jail once and I got to see it up close. So
there's a good. Alyssa asked, "What year did I start shooting Steel Panther?"
What was that? What was the question? Ooh, Joe, what year did you start shooting Panther? We're not going to say words like that. I feel unsafe now. Can we by that word shooting? Can we just use photography language?
Yeah, there you go.
What year did you start taking pictures of Steel Panther?
Well, we were talking about this earlier, and I showed you this great photo that I have. It's from like the first or second show, and there's Mr. Satchel.
Look at that. I haven't aged. It's
Do you still have that
crazy.
guitar?
I look like, I mean, my hair's got a little poofier, but look at that.
Yeah, that young guy.
More ripped now than I was back then.
You're more ripped up now. You got,
but it was still hung back then, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that doesn't change, right?
It really doesn't. Andrea says, Satchel, your face is awesome. Thank you. Joe makes my face look better. He does a lot of Photoshop on this thing. Using a filter right now that makes me look 20 years younger. Joe helped me with that as well. I love your photos, Joe. I wish I had a more technical question for you, like the others, but I'm sadly a dumb blonde. LOL. Oh, Georgia, we like you being a dumb blonde. That's exactly the way we like it.
Yeah, for Steel Panther, that's perfect.
Exactly. We don't want you to please don't go read a book. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
What's the next photo?
Where are we at? How many more? We got about 77 more pictures to get.
There we go. I love that one. This
nude shots of Lexi?
When we were doing this was at Summer Breeze Festival in Germany. I flew over there with you guys for 2 festivals just on a whim, used up air miles. And this trip was actually when you guys asked me to tour manage, and I'd never done it before. And you guys kept bringing it up. And on this trip, it's funny how photography can lead to other things and opportunities. But I'll always remember that trip for that. That was a pretty special time. First time over in Europe shooting a band like this, and massive festival like that. It rained. It was just the vibe was so cool. But this over the head shot, we started doing that at the House of Blues back in, I think my first photo of that shot is like 2012 or 2013, and it was just basically out of what can we do with sticks that's different than a drummer shot from the side or whatever. And I told him one night, I said, hey, I might come up behind you, or I might sit up on the subwoofer behind you and be taking some shots just to do something fun and something different. And it was a really good crowd at the House of Blues. So we tried that a few times there, and then we did it again here. And as you can tell, there's girls up on stage. So I was kind of running around where I wouldn't be, in the show, anybody would really see me. And I told him, look back. And he looked back, and we got that shot. That's one of my favorites. I love that one.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Is that right? That's right before you teabagged him, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, there's probably video of that too, so that's good.
Somewhere it's, we had to sign a disclosure.
It's a great picture. It was a fun festival as well.
Yeah, that festival was awesome. That's one of those shows where you go out there and it's all like super, like the metal bands where it's the harder it is to read what the name of their band is, that means the heavier that they are. It was that kind of festival, and I was like, oh my gosh, my first time in Germany with you guys, and I was like, how are these kids gonna like Steel Panther in neon pink and green spandex when every band here is just as heavy as it gets? And you guys came out and just destroyed the place. The crowd went nuts. It was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, dude. All those heavy bands, we fucked all their girlfriends.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we do. We come into these festivals, and those guys are practicing, being heavy, and we're just banging their chicks. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. While they're trying to warm up their heaviness before the show.
They're warming up their double bass drums, and I'm like, dude.
Yep.
I'll give you a double bass drum.
I have those photos too.
Yeah, we do. We have all this it's all archived.
It's all in the archives.
Yep, all in the giant archive that Joe has at his mom's house.
Actually, we talked about if there's a second Sex, JPGs, and Rock and Roll, we're going to do we'll do another one, and I'll have all the behind the scenes photos. So like from when you guys are recording your records, the video shoots, backstage at House of Blues, backstage at different venues and stuff like that. So it'd be cool to split it up. So maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of amazing stuff, a lot of great photos, and Joe, you're a fantastic photographer. When did you start taking photos, by the way? Like when did you start?
Well, I've been taking. I always had some kind of a camera, some kind of an instant camera or whatever it was. So I've been taking photos for a long time, since I was, I don't know, maybe like 13, 14. But yeah, there you go. Got to get the monster in there. That's just like my band. Got to get my band in there. But I never really took it seriously or had a serious camera. I was never working in a dark room developing film, that kind of stuff. It was all just having a one shot instant camera, and I was always documenting stuff, whether it was videotaping or shooting photos or whatever it was. And one year, Christmas 2011, I think it was. My mom didn't know what to get me for Christmas, and she got one of those Canon camera and 2 lens packages at Costco, and gave that to me for Christmas. And that's when
were you bummed out that it wasn't an 8-ball that year? And
yeah, but the batch was bad that year, so we were trying some other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you got to switch it up once in a while. It's like it's an 8-ball every year. For me, I like knowing that there's going to be an 8-ball under the tree, or an 8-hooker. I'm down on that too.
It's always snowing at Satchel's house.
Oh yeah, it's snowing right now.
But anyway, that being, and the fact that you guys, I just got, it was just a matter of time. You guys were playing the House of Blues all the time, and I was able to come out with my camera and start shooting shows and trying to figure out what I was doing. Doing things. The key is to doing things in manual, not using auto like I always had. Just had it auto mode all the time. It's like you want to start telling the camera what you want it to do, not have the camera try and figure out what you want it to do. And I was
amazing guy.
I was able to do that. Oh yeah, let's go back to that one. That's a good one, because that was on that same Germany trip. That was the day before the over the head sticks photo. We were in Hamburg, Germany, and you're on the side of the stage right here, so you can't really tell as much in this photo. The way the sun was right in your guys' face when you went on stage. So you all had sunglasses on, and it's one of the rare times that to have photos of you with playing a show with sunglasses on. It's pretty cool.
Yes, I look a lot cooler with sunglasses than I do with readers. I just noticed that.
Yeah, where are those sunglasses now? They got left on a drum riser somewhere or something, right?
I don't know. Those were really expensive ones. Those were like $12 glasses. So I'm kind of bummed out I don't have those anymore.
And look how much more ripped you are too.
Oh, I'm still ripped. I'm actually
I think this is the very first photo from way back in the day than this one.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. I just keep getting more ripped because that's what happens when you do steroids, for one.
Yeah.
And work out every day, and I do a lot of cocaine. So, but that's a great shot. That's definitely one of the few ones that I don't know how many shots there are of me with sunglasses. I don't wear the sunglasses.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I picked it, because that's just there's a lot of shots that you'll see other photographers are going to have, because you guys do some same things in certain spots and songs. And that's one that's just I haven't seen a shot of you with glasses on like that I can remember. So that's why we. So
we actually right now we're gonna jack that price up on that picture to about $700.
Oh, good. I'm in.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's raise the price on everything. Fuck it. All
right, let's see the next one.
Hey, Michael Starr is in the chat, by the way.
Wow.
I'm the favorite guy. Thank you. He says I'm his favorite guy in Steel Panther. That's really cool. Well, I told him to say that, though.
Oh, we haven't. That's perfect timing too, because we haven't gotten to any of the Michael Starr shots yet.
Oh, are we gonna look at some? Let's look at some Michael Starr. Let's see what kind of magic you've done with Michael Starr. Do we have any Michael Starr shots lined up or no?
That's the Sunglasses Festival. There it is, Hamburg, Germany. Another good one.
Oh yeah, that was everybody. We all look great with sunglasses on. Get rid of the curved feet,
Yeah, I love the start of this one behind him, and then the sun hitting him from the side, and just the way he's kind of posed and bent a little bit, and his hair's flowing. It looks bitching.
Ooh, look at that. That's a good shot. It went away. Bring it back. There we go.
Bring it back.
Oh, look at that. It's like, dude, it's like Bret Michaels in his prime, dude.
Yeah.
It's a great shot.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that's during the day.
That was during the day. That was the same festival as where you were wearing it was what was it called? It was in Hamburg.
It was outdoors, right? Like it
was outdoors. Yeah, by those big huge hangars, those like Zeppelin hangars.
Yeah, I remember that one. And what's the band that headlined that one? It was the one with the tank on stage?
Sabaton with the tank on stage.
Sabaton, yeah, Sabaton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their girlfriends give killer blowjobs. Amazing. And they're a fantastic band as well.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they're great. They're awesome. And I don't know what it costs. I think it costs them like 20 or 30 grand just to put the tank on stage every time.
Yeah,
that's why we got rid of our tank.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah.
I'd rather buy cocaine than a tank.
Yeah, let them pay the cost. You're good.
Yeah, it's always an awkward conversation. Like, hey, can we borrow your tank for our set?
When they're done with it, we'll get it for super cheap and use it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna be like, hey, dude, we'll give you $15 for your old used tank.
Last shot
So, what other pictures do we got on here? Let's get any naked pictures.
Oh yeah, there we go. There's the Lexi shot, the classic.
Well, we got
Marilyn
naked Lexi coming up.
Yeah, the Marilyn Monroe model pose, Lexi Fox.
God damn! Look how hot he used to. This is pre-pandemic, definitely. The pandemic has taken a toll on him. And look at how beautiful he was.
Yeah, that encompasses everything. He's got the mirror going. He's got the pink base, purple pants. Model photo. That was actually at the Ford Theater in Hollywood.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Post House of Blues.
Yeah, that's a great backstage area. Eat a lot of rooms to fuck girls at that venue.
Yeah, downstairs basement.
That's a great shot. His hair looks it looks like a cartoon actually.
Yeah, crazy. There's another one too. I think it was at the JT. Do you have the other Lexi photo?
It's a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's great. He's great material. He's great. I mean, that's what he's.
Right.
Only reason he's in the band.
Yeah.
Super hot. I mean, and he takes great pictures. So.
I would say if someone goes to a Steel Panther concert and they're shooting and their photographer shooting photos, if you can't get stuff for your portfolio shooting you guys, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah,
then you guys are the most photo. Yeah, you play to the photographers, which is great.
We do. We love the cameras. I mean, listen, we like I said earlier, we don't really care what we sound like. If you've ever been to a show, you know that. But we do care how we look. And Joe is obviously one of the best photographers out there. That's why you're here today, and that's why we paid you $7 to do this today. So I'm glad that you're here.
I'm going to buy a Starbucks after this.
Well, yeah, you could probably. I guess you could get a small.
This was that same Dallas House of Blues show as the wide angle one where the three of you are in the shot. I was shooting from back by sticks, and all of a sudden Lexi turned around and started doing his modeling poses. So I love how Michael Starr's scarf matches his bass.
Oh yeah, and he looks like you just had Botox when you took that picture.
Yeah,
like he doesn't have any wrinkles at all.
Yeah,
like somebody's pulling his face back from behind.
Yeah, that was a good one too. But that's the fortunate thing about being friends with you guys for so long, and you guys trusting me, and just I'm able to shoot the whole show. It's a big difference from just going out and blasting through the first 3 songs and then photographers, you're out of here. It gives you a lot more time to try and get different angles and different vibes and stuff like that too, and different parts of songs where a lot of times you'll see a lot of photographers have all the same shots because they're filming the same songs no matter what city it is. You guys' set list, a lot of times the first 3 songs is the same for that tour. So a lot of the spaces where you have a moment to pose or whatever, you'll do similar poses because that's what works in that song at that point. So it's really awesome to be able to shoot full show, side of the stage, behind the drums, wherever you get shots like that one of Lexi where normally you'd be in front of the stage and he'd be looking at me down in the pit. But on that one, I'm actually almost eye level and looking out, and then you get a little bit of the crowd behind him, and it makes for a big difference for concert stuff.
Yeah, and as you know, after the first 3 songs, our show, there's a lot of twists and turns, a lot of probably different things that happen that are fun to take pictures of.
Yeah, and you never know what's going to happen. That's the best part with you guys. You have to be on your toes. You could think that something's coming up, and everything completely changes in a second. So, yeah, that's part of the fun of Steel Panther shows. And Joe has been. How many Steel Panther shows do you think you've been to? Been to? Oh God, it's got to be over 300 that I've been to since the very, very beginning. But I got to count all the folder on all the shoots you've done. It's got to be at least 150 shows that I've shot. That's a lot. That's a lot of shows. So I don't know, besides the guys in the band and Nick, who's seen you guys more, you know.
There's a question, any Spider photos available? A lot of people don't know that Joe's cousin Spider filled in for Lexi Fox when Lexi was in Sensory a while back. And but it's weird. I've never seen Spider and you in the same room together. I don't know why that is, but
no, I talked to him this morning. He doesn't like the photography stuff. He likes to keep that to you guys. So
yeah, I get it. You know,
he's a role player on the side, you know, on the sidelines, just getting the job done. So
yeah, I mean, Spider's a great bass player too, and he you know, I'm sure somebody's got a picture of him somewhere. But
I taught him everything he knows. And
it's probably really difficult for Spider to, you know, fill in for Lexi because Lexi's so beautiful, and then Spider has to stand next to me, and I'm a pretty good looking guy too.
Yeah, and Spider's not ripped like you are, so it's a compare and contrast.
But Spider looks great on stage, and I love Spider. So just tell him I said hi.
I will.
What's
is there any more, JT? We have any more shots?
Oh, there's like 700 more shots. We're gonna go today.
That's okay. I think there's, unless we didn't use all of them, I think I sent 13 photos. Maybe there's a couple more that didn't make it, or maybe we only put 10 up there, but there'll be more. Yeah, there's only 10 in the gallery. Maybe we'll do some other ones in the next segment.
Are we out? We're out of photos? We're already out? I can't
I don't know. Did we go through 10 already?
Jacob, Joe, do you have a favorite venue to shoot at? I bet certain locations can be a little tougher than others due to lighting. That's got to be true. Yes.
Yeah, there's spots. It's really the venue. Number one with the venue, it just depends on the lighting, and that a lot of times depends on who's running the lights. So there could be venues where no matter who's playing, what happens, every time you go in there, you just know the light terrible. Or nowadays, a lot of the lighting people use the fluorescent purple lights and purples and pinks, and I can't stand it when you're trying to watch a band and their skin tone is just purple. It just looks terrible. So a lot of times you're fighting against the lights. You can get some great shots, but like the lighting person has the band dark red, and you just the moment's there, but the look is not, and it can be so frustrating sometimes. So there's nothing better than a large arena type show or a festival type show, because there's always good white light from spotlights or something from the stage. So any place that has great white light with color accents, those are the best shots.
Yeah, but there's probably some really, really fun smaller venues to play, like to take photos. I imagine like Viper Room or do you have any Viper Room shots? Any of those from Viper Room?
I have Viper Room shots of a band called what was the name of I forget what the name was that you guys played under that time at the Viper Room.
Metal Shop? Metal School?
No, the fictitious name.
Jam Prancer.
Yeah, Jam Prancer.
That was a one show only, but there's T-shirts out there. They're worth thousands of dollars.
Of Jam Prancer?
Jam Prancer. Yeah. Well, you saw the T-shirt we made, right?
I did.
It's got a unicorn with a dildo instead of
yeah. That was awesome. There was the time too we went to, I forget, was it when we went to Russia? We were someplace in Europe, and I was coordinating with the people that were picking us up, and they're like, well, what name do you want us to have on the card when we're in the airport to come meet you guys? And I put Jam Prancer on there. So we walked off the plane. I think you were the first one that saw it too.
Oh yeah.
You're like, hey, I think that's us.
Yeah, it's probably as many people in Russia know Jam Prancer as know Steel Panther, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of Jam Prancer fans over there. Do you know where the name Jam Prancer came from?
No, good trivia.
A lot of people don't know this. I can't imagine anybody would know this. If anybody knows this, I'll give you $5 $5. I'll Venmo $5 to anybody who knows where the name Jam Prancer came. $5. You got to do it within the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, before we get cut off.
The name Jam Prancer. Nobody's answering.
No.
Will you tour with the Panthers again in Europe? I'll go tour anyway. I'll play fucking birthday parties if they let me out of my fucking house.
Yes, especially these days.
I'll come over there and wash your car if you pay me $20.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do whatever you got. I got nothing going on right now. I've been almost broken my internet connection. I've been watching so much porn. Okay, it's been 30 seconds. Nobody has guessed this. Jam Prancer.
Nobody knows.
Jam Prancer. You're not gonna do this. It was real. It was a real band.
Oh, Michael Starr has a question.
Jam Prancer was the band. It was actually Whitesnake's real name before they changed it to Whitesnake.
Wow.
No, I'm just fucking with you. It wasn't Whitesnake. Michael Starr has a question. Oh, how do you have any shots of some of the backstage parties? Michael's obviously drunk. I don't understand what the fuck he's saying.
He wants to know if I have any of the.
Do you have any shots of some of the backstage parties?
Yeah.
I think Michael's at a backstage party right now.
Those are all locked up, so no one's going to see those. There's a few from the House of Blues backstage, but they're all rated PG.
And Michael interrupted my answer, Jam Prancer. So I'll tell you, Jam Prancer was not Whitesnake. It was a real band in Ohio back in the 80s.
Oh wow!
A lot of people don't know this, but Let's See Fox comes from Ohio, and he knew that band, and so we stole their name for that one show. But anyway, yes, I've got a bunch of pictures from backstage parties, and I'm going to be selling those on my own website. They're Joe's photos, but I'm just gonna bootleg them because I know how much he loves getting bootlegged.
Satchel is hung. Dot what?
dot come all over your face. So anyway, we've been through all the photos. So I guess I just want to thank you, Joe, for being such an amazing, awesome photographer. I love your photos, but I also love your bass playing, and I love your voice, and I love your beautiful face too.
Likewise,
and,
likewise.
You've been a great friend to me for a long time, and I'm proud to have you as a friend, and I hope that you survive the pandemic because I love you.
Yeah, gosh, I haven't shot a photo in a year. Crazy.
Well, I'll come over and I'll do some poses for you. Get some shots of me. How would you like that?
Thanks for all that, man. And I appreciate you guys so much for trusting me and bringing me into the family, and started with photo stuff and turns into behind the scenes and tour managing and playing bass and all kinds of stuff. So much appreciated, and mad props for you guys. So that's the only other part with the tour managing. I don't get to shoot as many photos because I'm usually on stage tuning your guitars.
Well, I play really hard and I go out of tune really fast. So, well, we'll have to maybe one day we'll be on tour again. We'll be able to afford another guitar tech, and you can just be.
Yeah, that would be great. That'd be great. That was the most fun tour right there.
So yeah, so Joe, you're awesome. Thank you for doing this, and I hope I see you soon, and I hope we go on tour soon, and I hope that you go on tour with us soon. And everybody can go check out the photos and buy a photo. Because
thanks you guys for checking it out. We got 36,000 people watching right now.
And there's like 4 billion people watching right now. And we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And they're going to replay this on CNBC and C-SPAN for the next 4 days. And
watch your guide.
And we love you guys. I'm going to go put some pants on and have a cup of coffee and see if my mom's up. She sleeps in a lot.
Wake her up.